Lagos is not a playground. Lagos is a city that never truly sleeps. Its streets are alive with the pulse of a million stories, each one weaving through the crowded markets, bustling traffic, and vibrant neighborhoods. But on this particular day, beneath the chaos and the noise, a different kind of story was unfolding, one of panic, fear, and the terrifying realization that Lagos is not a playground. Mama Tola had taken her 3-year-old daughter, Tola, to Balagan Market. It was a familiar place, a labyrinth of stalls overflowing with colorful fabrics, fresh produce, and eager traders calling out their prices. Tola, a curious little girl with bright eyes and an endless sense of wonder, was always by her mother's side, her tiny hand firmly in Mama Tola's grip. But the market was crowded that day, even more than usual. As Mama Tola bargained with a pepper seller, her attention briefly shifted. In that fleeting moment, Tola's small hand slipped away, lost in the sea of bodies moving through the narrow aisles. When Mama Tola turned back, her heart stopped. Tola was gone. "Tola!" she called out. Her voice rising above the market's din. Fear gripped her as she frantically scanned the faces around her, but her daughter was nowhere to be seen. The bustling market, once a familiar place, now felt like a treacherous maze, each turn leading further away from her little girl. Panic set in as she dashed from stall to stall, her voice trembling with desperation. "Please, has anyone seen my daughter? A little girl in a yellow dress?" But Lagos is a city that moves at its own pace, and the market, with its endless flow of people and goods, continued on, indifferent to her cries. The minutes stretched into an eternity as Mama Tola's fear grew. The sun was beginning to set, casting long shadows over the market, and with it came the cold realization that Tola was truly lost. Just as hope began to fade, a soft cry pierced through the noise. It was faint, almost swallowed by the cacophony of the market, but Mama Tola heard it, a tiny, frightened wail. Her heart leaped, and she followed the sound, her feet pounding the pavement, her mind focused solely on finding her daughter. The cry led her to a narrow alleyway, tucked between two towering buildings. The alley was dark and foreboding, a place where the light of day barely touched. There, at the end of the alley, under the flickering glow of a street lamp, sat Tola. Her yellow dress was dirted, her cheeks streaked with tears. She clutched her worn-out doll tightly, her small body shaking with sobs. "Tola!" Mama Tola's voice broke as she rushed to her daughter, scooping her up into her arms. The little girl clung to her mother, her tears soaking into Mama Tola's blouse. "Mama, I couldn't find you," Tola whispered, her voice trembling. "I was scared." Mama Tola held her daughter close, her own tears mingling with Tola's. "Oh, my darling, I'm so sorry. I'll never let you go again." As they walked out of the alley, the bustling market seemed to quiet, the urgency of the moment fading as mother and child were reunited. But the fear lingered, a reminder that Lagos, with all its energy and life, is not a playground. It's a city where even the smallest can get lost in the blink of an eye. That night, as Mama Tola tucked Tola into bed, she couldn't shake the day's events from her mind. The streets of Lagos were alive with stories, but some stories, like theirs, were too close to the heart. She whispered a prayer of gratitude, knowing how easily things could have ended differently. And as the city hummed its nocturnal lullaby, Mama Tola held her daughter's hand a little tighter, vowing never to let it slip away again.